Yes, students, good morning. So now we'll enter into the students who are in the online. Am I audible? Okay. So now I will go for the next continuous discussion. So during the explanation of mine, you must listen the class carefully so that you will not get any difficulty of understanding. So without concentrating, if you start looking at the screen, it's a difficult. So to understand well, you need to concentrate. Okay. So let us start the continuation of the loops. And before going to the further discussion, I would like to enter into another topic I want to introduce. That is the nested loops I want to introduce. Nested loops concept, I want to go for it. So simple, very simple. That is nested or what? Inner loops we can call. Nested or inner loops. I just want to go for it. Yes, ma pass is there. I remember that. I will explain pass. Don't worry. Okay, na? Don't worry. After the inner loops, I will explain. I have certain order of it. That order, let me follow. I will explain pass after this inner loops. So pass is not difficult. You can understand well. Let me complete the inner loops concept. There later after that, I will go for pass statement. Okay, Prasad, Pavan Kalyan, right? Saloni. So I will explain pass statement after this nested or inner loops. In every batch, that is the order of my discussion. Okay, students, let us coming to the discussion of this inner loops or nested loops concept. Let us come back and ample of examples we will do. Let us concentrate well on this area. Look at that. So now I'm having my requirement is like this. Look at my requirement will be like this. My requirement will be like this. Throughout our entire course, this topic will be continued. Not only one day we are just washing out hands now, it will be continued throughout our entire course. Right. So look at that. I'm having some 1, next is some 2, next is some 3, next is some 4, next is some 4, next is some 5. This is my values. Or in simple word, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my data. How do you print this 1 to 5? How do you print this 1 to 5? By using one for loop. How we can write this 1 to 5? I can say for I in range of 1 comma 5. 1 comma 5. And I can say here print of what? I. So 1 to 5 is printed. You know 1 comma 6 means what? 1 to 6 minus 1. So it is printed. Well, next term, my requirement is once this one is coming, I just want to print for this one. When one is printing, for that one, I want to print 1, I want to print 2, I want to print 2, I want to print 3, I want to print 2, I want to print 3. This is the data I want to print. This is the data I want to print. In the case of what? In the case of what, students? In the case of number 1, first iteration, I want to print 1, 2, 3 for the first iteration 1. For the second iteration, lot of examples I am going to tell you, students. Carefully try to follow. For this, when 2 is coming, again I need to start printing what? 1. Again I need to print what? 2. Again I will print here called 3. Again I will print the value called 3. This is the value we got it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. For the value called 1, 1, 2, 3 coming. For the value called 2, 1, 2, 3 is coming. Like that I am expecting. For this also I am getting 1. For this also I am getting 2. For this also I am getting 2. For this also I am getting 3. So I am expecting this type of answers. I am expecting this 1, 2, 3. I am expecting this 1, 2, 3. For 4 also I am expecting the same. For 5 also I am expecting the same. Then just imagine Just imagine, for generating this 1 to, for generating this 1 to 5, for generating this 1 to 5, I want one for loop, or I want one loop. For generating this 1, 2, 3, I want one more loop is required. One more loop is required. For generating this 1 to 5, one loop is required. For generating this 1, 2, 3, one more loop is required. So how many loops I am using in my requirement? 2 loops I am using it. Let us see how I am going to write this kind of example. So I am going to write it carefully, try to understand. All of you try to follow me. So I'm just trying to take some bigger font I am writing. See, for something like I in range of 1 comma 6, 1 comma 6, 1 comma 6, I am printing there, print value of I is equal to comma I am writing. So normal print statement I am using. I am not using any format statement or something else. So because of that, what is printed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be printed. Now my requirement is, dear students, for each value of this 1, I want to print 1, 2, 3 once again. For each value of this 2, I want to print 1, 2, 3. For each value of this 3, I want to print 1, 2, 3. So inside of this loop, I will write one more type of sub loop. I will write it. How I am going to write it? Look at that. I am writing something like this, students. You see, for j in, come on first, range of 1 comma 4, 1 comma 4. You see, students, I am writing here, print, yes, say, come on, value of j is equal to comma j. That's it. Now you see, this is a part of this loop. This loop is a part of what? This loop is a part of this loop. This loop is a part of this loop. So actually, this is called loop indentation. Inside the indentation, what we are having, one more loop is there. This red in color kind of loop is known as what? Inner loop we can call, students. This is known as inner loop, and the outer one, this is what we can call it as outer loop we can call. What this loop is called? Outer loop we can call. And this is also called as a nested loop we can call. Nested loop we can call. Ample of examples I will teach. Today complete examples will be on the nested loops only. Come on to the point of it. Take the flow. Come on to the point of it. Once again, I am giving some small example here. Try to understand, everybody. This is known as which loop? This part is called which loop? Outer loop this is. And what is this loop is known as? Inner loop we can call. Inner loop we can call. You have to understand me so carefully. Inner loop we can call. Start with this. First starts with what loop? Outer loop. Don't be going out of order. Try to understand. What is the value of I? Quickly. What is the value of I? 1. That means this 1 is printed. See that value of I. Next it is coming to where? One more for loop. What is the value of j? Come on, what is the value of j printed? 1. That means this 1 is printed. Where it is going? It is going to the inner loop. I am telling the flow for you. You need to follow. Because you are inside the inner loop or not. What is the value of j now? Second one. Quickly. 2. What is the value printed here? 2 is printed. Next going to which loop? Quickly, everybody. Inner. When I ask you which loop it is going, you need to tell. Which loop it is going? Inner loop. What is the value of j? 3. What is the value of j printed? 3. Where it is going? Again, inner loop. Inner loop becomes what? False. Inner loop becomes good. It is coming out of which loop? First of all, you need to understand my English. Coming out of what? Inner loop. Going to where? Outer loop. Outer loop. Question to answer, you say, don't say wrong answers. Outer loop. What is the value of I now? Quickly. Yes. Suryan, Priyanka, Pooja, Pavan Kalyan, Neha, All of you should say, all of you are interacting very well. Harita, very good ma. Neha, you are saying one wrong answer, that is 2. Dheeraj, come on. What is the value of I now? 2. Neha, you type it 2. Neha, type 2. I should see. Venkateshan, A Venkatesh, Neha, A Venkatesh, multiple people. Yeah, Pranav, Mahadev, Ganesh, yes, Sri Krishna, right? Saundarya, Ritesh, Ankit, Dot, Sai Kiran, Santosh, Nani. Good. Continue. Same performance. Coming to that, what is the value printed? 2. So daily I will not call your names. Once if I call, it is a throughout the entire course. You need to be under my control. Yeah. Coming to where next? Inner furlough. What is the value of J? Come on. 1. 1 is printed. Going to where? Going to where? Inner loop. What is the value of inner loop again? J. 2. Printed what? 2. Going to where? Going to where? Inner loop. What is the value of J? 3. Going to where? Going to where? Inner loop becomes coming out of inner loop. Going to where now? Value of I. Value of I. 3. Good. Beautiful. Good response from online students. What is the value of I printed? Inner loop is coming. What is the value of J? So big. Very good. Printed what? J. 1. Going to where? Inner loop. What is the value of J? 2. 2 printed. What's going to where? Inner loop. What is the value of J? Very good. Next going to inner loop. Inner loop becomes very good. Going to where? Super. What is the value of I? Super. 4. Printed 4. Next inner loop value J. Printed what? Very good. 1. Next going to where? Inner loop. J value 2. 2 printed. Next going to where? The value of super. Printed. Going to where? Inner loop. Comes. Super. Comes out of. Going to where? Value of I. Super. Printed with that 5. Coming to inner loop. What is the value of J? Excellent. Value of J printed. Going to where? Inner loop. Come on, J value please. 2. Printed 2. Going to inner loop. What is the value of J? J value printed. Going to where? Inner loop. Inner loop becomes out. Out. Going to where? Outer loop also becomes excellent. Coming out of where? Outer loop. Coming out of. What do you understand with this? For every value of outer loop, inner loop repeated many times or not? For every value of outer loop, inner loop repeated many times. Easy or difficult? Easy. What is the inner loop concept? The process of writing one loop inside of another loop is called what? Nested loop. The process of writing one loop inside of another loop is called what? Nested inner loop. What is an execution behavior of inner loop? What is an execution behavior of inner loop? What is an execution behavior of inner loop? For every value of outer loop, inner loop is repeated many times or not? For every value of outer loop, for every value of outer loop, inner loop repeated many times. That process is known as what? Nested loops we can call. Shall I go for this example? Right. Go to this example, students. Dear students who are in the online, did you understand this process? I go for this meaning. This meaning I am going for it. So now I am writing the process of defining or the process of writing one loop. One loop inside of what? Another loop is called what? Nested or what? Inner loop we can call. Inner loop we can call. Next, see that the execution behavior of, see my dear students, the execution behavior of or the execution process of which one? Nested or what? Inner loop. Inner loop is that every, for every value of for every value of for every value of come on fast, for every value of what? Outer loop. For every value of what loop? Outer loop. Inner loop repeated. Inner loop repeated. How many times? Inner loop repeated multiple times. Inner loop repeated for finite number of times. I would like to give you this word. For finite number of times. Finite number of times. My dear students, totally this loop is repeated how many times? Outer loop repeated how many times, ma? 5 times. Inner loop repeated how many times, ma? 3 times. 3 times means what? Totally 5 into 3 is the product of this many times repeated or not? Is equal to 15 times repeated. Am I correct? Total number of times is what? Outer loop number of times into inner loop number of times. It is called what? That many number of times it is repeated. Am I correct? So did you understand the mechanism of this loops, ma? The process of defining or writing one loop inside of another loop is called what? Nested or inner loop. The execution process of nested or inner loop is that for every value of outer, for every value of what, ma? Outer loop, inner loop repeated for how many times? Finite number of times. Now I will go for syntax. Syntax number 1 I will tell. Syntax number 2 I will tell. Syntax number 1 this is. Syntax number 2 also I will tell you. Syntax number 1, syntax number 1, syntax number 2. I will give you syntax number 3, syntax number 4. Multiple times I will explain this syntaxes. Wherever you come across this syntaxes, you must be able to understand. So throughout our entire Python course and NumPy and Pandas level, what are all the syntaxes regarding the inner loops? This is useful for you. Shall we write, students? Yeah. First syntax. Let me execute this program first. Whatever is mentioned it, let me go for the execution process. Let us take, students. I'll go to my Python programming. See, students, file, new, and then others, and then say Python. Now I'm going to take for or inner loops example1.py. Inner loops example1.py. Come on, students. For I in range of 1,6, 1,6. Print of, my dear students, value of I. Value of I. Value of I. It is what loop, ma? What loop it is? I'm just giving for your better understanding. Outer loop is equal to dot format of what? I. Okay. It's very nice. I will give you this line of control, ma, for your better understanding. 40. Okay. Now this is printed. This is printed. Just let me print it and execute it, ma. Just let me print it and execute it. Go to your place. I say 9 a.m. I say 9 a.m. Under the loops, inner loops also I will take it separately. Separate part I will take it. So I'm giving you the clarity on the inner loops. Inner loops procedure I am going to give you. Inner loop example 1. Go to the command prompt, dear students. E:/cd KVR Python 9 a.m. 9 a.m. So there I will take it. Inner loops. You see this now. py inner loop example 1. It is going to print what values here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is printed. Because that line is coming for every time. It is coming every time. If you want to print only one time, you can say. Only one time you can say. What is this now? I can say out of for loop. I can say this is what I am writing. Out, print of, print. I am out of, outer. I am just writing outer for loop. Outer for loop. Just I am giving. So see that answer now. I am inside of for outer value of I value. I am just out of the outer for loop or not? because the condition is becoming false and it is coming to else part and this line is printing. Okay. Today I am writing, my dear students, you must understand me. Inner loop I am writing. What is the inner loop? Look at for, tell me, for j in range of, what is this now? 1 comma 4 or 1 comma 3, it is up to you. You take whatever you like it. 1 comma 4 and print, my dear students, here I am printing value of I j. What loop it is? Inner loop it is called. Inner loop it is called. J value I am printing. J value I am printing. J value I am printing. Okay. For your better understanding, I will write else. In the else part, what I am doing? In the else part, what I am doing? Print off. What is this now? I will give you this clarity on this line. In the else part of the inner loop, I am out of, come on, inner loop. Whatever the execution process is explained, I am explaining that. Look at mom. For this is an else. This line is called what? This line is called what? Inner, this is called. Inner for loop we can call. Inner for loop we can call. Inner for loop we can call. And this else is called what? This else is called what? Outer for loop we can call. Understand? Fine. So coming to the point of it, now you execute. Now see this part here and see, start with the beginning. Outer loop 1. What is the inner loop value repeated? Come on, ma. How many times repeated? I am out of what? Inner loop. Going to where again? Outer loop. Outer loop value, how much it is the beginning? Now it is what? So inner loop repeated how many times? Very good. And for that outer loop once again repeated how many times? Again it is going to 3 or not? 3. Like that, if you go on see this, I will just, for your beginning, I will go for \t. I'll go for \t. Just I am giving you some small additional process without confusions. I'm just giving you. Start. So start from the beginning. Value of I outer loop. Inner loop repeated how many times? I am coming out of which loop? Going to where? Value of I is first time 1, 1, 2, 3. I am coming out of inner loop. Going to the outer loop value is called 2. Inner loop repeated how many times? I am out of which loop? Outer loop value how much? 3. Inner loop repeated how many times? Out of inner loop. Outer value is called 4. 1, 2, 3. And this is I am inner loop. And then this is outer loop. Done. I am out of inner loop. I am also out of outer loop. Did you understand? This is the output of this program. The first time I am going to write the output also in your program. First time I am going to give you the output of this program, because during this execution, I am going to give you the output also, so that you will get the clarity of how this is getting executed. Dear students, are you okay, guys? Fine. Students in the online, is it clear, mom? Yes, Malish, very good. Keep it up. Now I will continue the discussion. This is what loop is written? For loop in a for loop. For loop in a, tell me, go to the syntax number 1. Tell me, students, syntax number 1. I forget, my dear students. Syntax number 1, please. Yes, please, syntax number 1, all of you. If you don't say, what can I say, ma? Variable name 1 in where? Iterable object. Some iterable object, right or not? Some iterable object. Okay. Some block of statements you will write it. Next, what are you doing now? What are you doing next time? You are saying another type of loop you are writing. See that you are writing variable name 2. Iterable object you are taking. So you are writing. What are you writing for this loop? Else part you are writing. This is called else block of statements for inner loop. You are writing else also for what loop, ma? Outer loop else also you are writing. This is called outer loop else block of statement. And here I am going to mention for your commenting line, which loop this is? Inner loop we can call. Inner for loop. Inner for loop. And out above one is called what? Come on, ma. Very good. Outer for loop we can call. Outer for loop we can call. So anyhow, I will post this example for you. This is called a syntax number 1. Syntax number 1. If you want the example also, I can write it. This type of example also here. This type of example also I can give you. So there is no problem in that. I can post example also. Right? Because based on some of the people's request, output also they are asking me, sir, paste the output also. Right? I am just giving that. Anyhow, in the program, output is there. Understand? Fine. Same kind of thing, same kind of logic. I want to do with what? While loop also I want to go for it. Shall we go for with while loop? Yes, let us go to the syntax number 2. While loop I will take it. Let us go to our diagram once. This is related to for loop. Now I will go to with what loop? While loop I will take it. Start working with the start while loop. You start with yeah. Come on to that initialization. I is equal to what here? 1. 1. This is using which loop I am taking? While loop I am dealing with. Okay, sir. Come on now. While I less than 6. I less than what? Or I can write I less than or equal to 5 also I can take it. I less than or equal to 5 also I can take it. Even I can take it as I less than 6. You say, Pranav, y s is equal to 0, ma? Pranav, y s is equal to 0. Yeah? Why you want s is equal to 0? You remember yesterday's program, huh? Don't remember any program, remember the logics. If you start remembering programs, means our brain is not suitable. Always you must believe your intelligence, you must believe your logics. That's it. So coming to the point of it, come on, fast. Print what? I say print value of I. Which loop? Outer loop is equal to comma what? I. Okay. Okay, sir. Return. Next, what I will do? Inner while loop I will write it. J is equal to what? J is equal to 1. J is equal to 1. See carefully. While, come on, J less than or equal to J less than 4. Okay, sir. Now see here, print of, what is this now? Value of J is equal to, value of J, which loop this is? Inner loop is equal to comma what? J. Okay. Now what are you doing? J is equal to J plus 1. J is equal to J plus 1. Are you able to follow? What this is now? Initialization. Inner loop initialization. Inner loop condition. Inner loop printed. J is equal to J plus 1. 1 minute you wait. It is repeated for how many times? 3 times. 3 times. Now, next where it is going? Coming out of which loop? For loop. Who is that? For loop. Go out of the class. I am using while loop. Else part. Once inner loop is coming false, it is coming to else part. In else part means I should do I is equal to what? I plus 1. Inner loop coming out means it is ready to go to where? Outer loop. Outer loop means outer loop incrementation required or not? What is that I value now? I is equal to I plus 1. Print, I will write, here I am writing, print, I am out of what? Out of which loop? Yeah, inner loop. Actually, this is so interesting, actually. This is so interesting, students. Try to understand me very carefully. Yeah. So after that, where it is going? I value. Going to where? Outer loop. What is the value of I? 1. 2. Tomorrow I will bring one big stick to the class. Very big sticky, it is there in my cabin. 2 less than or equal to 6, printed what? 2. 2. J is equal to what again? 1 less than 4. Repeated how many times this inner loop? How many times? 3 times. After 3 times, while loop becomes coming out of where? Inner loop. What is the value of I again? 3. 3 will be printed for outer loop or not? J is initializing with what again? I hope you are understanding. Inner loop repeated how many times again? Coming after that 4 while loop, inner loop false, comes out of where? Inner. I value please. 4. Good. Going to the outer for loop. Value of I. 4. True. Printed 4. Inner loop repeated 3 times again. Inner loop while loop false, coming to where? Else. I am out of the inner loop. So I is equal to I plus 1. 5. 5 less than 6. True. Printed 5 also. J is 1. Repeated 3 times. Else. I plus 1. 6 less than 6. Out of that. Which one is becoming false? Outer loop becoming false. Coming out of it or not? So this is it understandable? Understandable or not? So simple. I will take this logic, my dear students. Let us go to the another program. I am showing you multiple options here. Multiple options here. Go to the Python here. Try to say I is equal to 1. I will try to paste here. Say carefully. This is called what? Example. Inner loop. Example. Inner loops example 2.py. I is equal to 1. Value of this. If you want, I can print that kind of thing. Whatever the decorative part is there, same decorative part you want, I can get the same decorative part here also. No problem at all. In this case, try to do the multiple logics with different kind of things. So I say this, I got it, this type of value here. Then inner loop when it is coming out, say backslash t you use it, say backslash t you use it, say backslash t you use it. I value is going to be happening. I value is going to happen. Then after this inner loop is over, while loop, outer loop is also there or not? Outer loop else also I will write it. What I am doing in outer loop else, I will write it here. What I will say? Print of. Come on. I am out of outer loop, outer while loop, inner while loop. Okay. So done. I will say outer while loop and this is inner while loop. I hope you are understanding. Right? Fine, students. Yeah. Right, ma Nani, very good. I corrected. Pawan M corrected, my dear students. Carefully follow. Corrected, ma. Good concentration. Keep it up. Inner loop example 2. Coming to the point back. Inner loop example 2. Inconsistent use of tabs. Line number 6. What is happening? Line number 6. Okay. Something like this. 1 minute. I say this. Okay. Any kind of tabs are not in proper. Since I copied that, you are getting that problem. Okay. Now see, my dear students. Any tabs problem is coming. It's a very dangerous, full dangerous. Must be enough, careful enough in taking care of those kind of things. Fine, students. Take care of that. Yes. So coming to this part of it, I is equal to I plus 1. Like this you try to say, else part of it. Anywhere else, indentation problems are coming. It's really irritating. J is equal to 1. J is equal to 1 also try to take care of that. Yes. Now, see. Because of just copying, how difficulty I am getting, you see. J less than 4, I got it. J less than 4, I got it. Yes. Now see, instead of copying and pasting that, j is equal to j plus 1. See how much dangerous I am getting. So here you try to take it. If anything comes, I will remove the total program. Else, else part is coming. Okay. So line number 11, every moment of it. So I have to write that only. It's over, ma. Got it. Ritesh, no problem. Come on to the program now. Got it. Inner loops example 2. Sir, value of I outer loops are 1. Inner loop is repeated 3 times, sir. Coming out of the inner loop, going out of the outer loop, value 2. From 1 to 2, it is coming C students, 1 to 2. In middle of it, 2 times inner part. And inner loop is again repeated 3 times, 3 times here. It is going to where outer loop is coming. Next is called what 3. It is going to give you what 1, 2, 3. And I am inner loop, inner loop. Value of my outer loop, for example, for 3 to 4 it is. Inner loop repeated 3 times. Coming out of the inner loop, value of my outer loop 5 and printed 1, 2, 3. I am out of inner loop and I am out of what? Outer while loop. I hope you are understanding what I am talking. Is it clear? This is related to what? Mallesh, copy paste is horrible, sir. Okay. That's why we don't want to depend on the copy process. We have to depend on our thoughtful programming. So first time we got this many errors. So because we copied and pasted. Right. So this is called which loop? Inner loop. So now I want to go for what? Syntax number 2 you come. Which loops I used, ma? Come on. Here I am doing some initialization part. See students, while test condition 1, I say some block of statements here. I will write it again here. While what again? Test condition 2. Again I will write block of statements. Again I will write block of statements. I am writing else part of this. I am writing else part of this. Now I am writing else part of this. And I am writing else block statements here. Coming out of that. Going to where? Outer while loop else block also I am writing. So completely I am getting this process. This is called what loop? This is outer while loop. Outer while loop. What about this one? Inner while loop. This is called what loop? Inner while loop. This is called inner while loop. So how we are writing this inner while loop? I think we are getting it. Understand? Fine. So this is called what? Homogeneous loops I have. Outer for loop, inner for loop. Outer while loop, inner while loop. Now I will mix both of them in different way. You want to get the example part, students? I will show you the example part. Go to students, this answer also I will keep it with us. And I will keep this answer with us. Even if you did not execute also, in the program place, I will just paste it. In the multi-line commenting, I will just paste it. So just a multi-line place, I will paste it. This program definitely I will go for keeping in our syntax level. Okay. This is under example part. See students, examples. So I'm going to write this mechanism here like this. This is the program of this. Okay. Now I'm going to get it. Syntax number 3. Very, very simple. What is the syntax number 3? One more syntax number 3 I am going for. What is the syntax number 3? Syntax 1 you observe it. For loop in a for loop. While loop in a while loop. Now what are you expecting? You only tell me. While in for in while. While in for, yeah. So this is called what, ma? Syntax number 1 is called what? For in for. For in for. For loop in for loop. For loop in for loop. Yeah. Next is called what? Syntax number 2 is what? Very good. While loop in while loop. Beautiful. While loop in while loop, students. Very good. Syntax number 3, you only tell me. While loop in, yeah. While loop in for loop. What is an outer loop here then? For loop. While loop is the inner loop here. For while loop in for loop. So definitely, I will take my syntax, students. Try to understand me. I will copy paste. Okay, I don't like copy paste actually, but you can understand now. That's why. This is actually for loop. Outer for loop. Inner while loop I will copy. That's it. Other than that, nothing is there. Other than that, nothing is there, ma. Yeah. Coming to the point of it. Here I am taking what? Here I am taking. Yes, I am writing. I am writing. Here I am taking. See, students, what is this loop? Outer for loop. What is this loop? Inner while loop. Inner while loop. What is this is called? Outer for loop. What is this is called? Inner while loop. End of this, middle of it, and this is called out of it. Shall I show you the program on this? Syntax is clear first? Go. Go to the program now. Go to the program now. I will take this program. If you because of this decoration process and all, I just want to take up students. See, students, I will take it. In this loop, I will write it. Shall I? In this is called what, ma? Outer loop. Outer for loop, this is called. Outer for loop, we call it as. Now, you see, my dear students, inner loop is there, na? This is going to be called as inner while loop. I am just taking this place. Nothing is difficult. Yeah, I will just paste it. Observe it. What do you mean by that? I need to say j is equal to what? 1. That requirements are always common. Initialization for while loop, condition for while loop, this is this, and I don't want this loop. Am I correct? I is equal to I plus 1, I don't want. Why? For loop will give automatically incrementation. Am I correct? Yes, students who are online, did you understand this code, ma'am? This is known as what here? This is known as what now? Inner loop. Inner loop. This is called what, you know? Outer loop. Outer loop this is. Outer loop this is. Right. Fine. I hope you are understanding. Something like this. So, ij is going to be like this. You are going to get like this. Let us go to the 3.py. 3.py. Save this code. Coming like this. Observe it. Py. This answer is coming. All of you look into this, students. Value of my outer for loop, that is 1. Inner while loop repeated 3 times. Done. Next, value of my outer loop 2. 1, 2, 3. Value of it this one. Value of my outer loop 3. 1, 2, 3. Value of for loop is for 1, 2, 3. Value of for loop is outer for loop 5. 1, 2, 3. Out of inner loop, out of for loop. But today, I don't want to go for 1, 2, 3 students. I want to go for 3, 2, 1. Can I? How, sir? Go. How I do, sir? Into 3, j is 3. What is this now? J greater than what? 0. 1 now. Greater than 0. J is equal to what? J minus 1. J is equal to j minus 1. See, students, execute. Now see. Value of I. Yes. 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 3 to 1. 2, 3, 3 to 1. 4, 3 to 1. 3 to 1. Out of these loops. Right, beautiful. So this is called one type of output, we got it. This is called one type of output, we got it. This, after this mixed rules are over, I'll go for the other kind of programs also I will explain. Other varieties of programs also I will explain. Right, students? This is one of the example for our part. Now, say this now, go to this place and I'll put the example here. I'm writing here, example. So there I'm going to give you the clarity on this area. So this is called what? This is called example 4, syntax number 4. Students, are you comfortable with the 3 syntaxes up to here? 3 syntaxes quickly. Good. So, enjoyed. Okay. But what students, offline students, are you following? Comfortable? Yes. Right. Amitabh, good. Let us go to the syntax number 4. What is the syntax number 4, students? I forget. For loop in, beautiful. For loop in what? While loop. Yes. Soloni. Okay. Very interesting. Still, I will go to next example. That time, what he will say, I want to see. Soloni. Very good. So, let us go to for loop in while loop. What is an outer loop here? While loop. What is the inner loop there? So I can do any number of loops anytime I can write it. Only thing is some carefulness is required. For example, I copied, pasted. How much difficult I felt? Because of space is a dangerous problem in the Python. So we need to take care of it. Getting me? Come on, students. I take it. While loop, I will take it. As usual, I will take one skeleton ma. I will take one skeleton. That skeleton, I will take it. Instead of wasting the time, I will directly take it. Yes. Here, this is called what? While loop. Inner while loop, I will remove. Outer while loop is there. But for loop, I will take it, ma. For loop inner, I will copy. For loop inner, I will copy. That's it. So coming to this point here, students, I will write it here. For loop, I am taking. So here, I am going to take it. Here, I am going to take it. Here, while is there. And this is for this place. I hope that you got it, my point. You got my points here. Okay. So else related kind of statements are available. So here you see, this is called what? Inner. And this is called what? Outer while loop. Let us go to the program now. Let us go to the program now. I will plan it. So go to the program part. See that I will take this, everything I will take. First you see how I am going to do. Outer while loop related program I am taking. I will paste my logic, which are already well acquainted with it. See that outer loop example 4. This inner loop related thing I will remove. What I will do there? Inner for loop I will take it. This I will take it. Simple ma. Yeah, come on to this place and then paste it. There is no need. It is necessary to have j is equal to 1. Come on. No. J is going to become what by default? Yes, value of j. But what is happening? I value to be taken to increment or not? Where can I increment ma? In else part, I is equal to what? I plus 1. Why I is equal to I plus 1 is required? Because outer one is what? So definitely I must increment after the inner loop becomes false. Tell me, outer is while loop, inner is what loop it is? For loop. I am out of inner for loop, students. Right, I am out of outer for loop. So I'm going to give you the clarity on this area. Go to this. Okay, out of that, you see, my dear students, py, say this, output is, observe it. All of you, value of I, outer while loop 1, 1, 2, 3, inner. I am out of inner for loop. Value of I, outer loop 2, 1, 2, 3. Inner for loop 3, 1, 2, 3. Inner loop 4, 1, 2, 3. Inner loop again 5, 1, 2, 3. And inner loop and then outer loop here. Understand? Fine. Come on, students. This part, this example, I will go for giving this. This example, I will go for this. So I will take this kind of output. I'll put it into my place. Out of this, Now I'm giving the clarity on this area. So see, I'll just put it here. So this is the all loops mixing answer is done. Are you comfortable, students? Offline students, are you okay? So students in the online, are you comfortable with this? Quickly. Right. So coming to the point of it. So Pranav, whole concept of while loop is, whole concept of inner loop is this part only. So the nested loops concept is saying what, the process of defining one loop inside of what? Another loop I am going to take. The process of defining one loop in another loop I am going to. If I give multiple other examples, still you will get more clarity in these examples. Okay, just only skeleton examples I said. Right? Shai Krishna. Okay. Good, ma'am. Soundarya, very nice. You are giving a summary of this entire description. It's really very good. It's really very good, Soundarya. Very good. Right. So, Soundarya Venkateshan, because two people are there on the same name, I need to give you. Yeah. So, with the examples I said. So, come on, Pranav. The process of writing or defining one loop inside of another loop is called nested. How this is an important fifth line is an important. How it will execute. For every outer loop, inner loop will be repeated how many times? Multiple times. Right or not? Fine. For every outer loop, inner loop will repeat how many times? Right. How many times? For every outer loop, inner loop repeated multiple times. Finite number of times. Are you understanding? I will come from my home one time, but I will take 5 classes. Coming from home is outer loop. Taking 5 classes is inner loop. Simple example. And don't tell this example in interviews. So depends on my problem statement, I have to understand. Right? So let us go to the next discussion in the class. Shall I go for one more example? Right. Is the 4 skeletons are clear? Now open your notebook. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Pranav, did you understand, ma? Pranav. Okay. Very good. Okay, Pranav. Thank you. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept list of values, which will accept list of numerical values, which will accept list of numerical values, which will accept list of numerical values, and display the multiplication tables for every value of list. Display the multiplication table. Display the multiplication table for every value of list. Is very important. Display the multiplication table for every value of list. For every value of list. Durgesh, write a Python program for accepting list of values. Full stop. For every value of list, we must generate what? Multiplication table. Generate multiplication table for every value of list. It's very simple. Look at students. Let us go for some skeleton example. See students, LST is equal to 2 comma 6 comma 2 something like 12 comma 19 comma minus 4 comma 5. This is my list. This is my list. I will accept the list of values. What I do? I want what? Multiplication table for what? 3. Multiplication table for 3. I will go for multiplication table for 3. Third table I want. Third table I want. I want the third multiplication table. Next what I will do? Multiplication table for what I want? 6 I want. Multiplication table for 6. Okay. Multiplication table for what? 12. 12 I want. Multiplication table for what I want? Like that. Whatever the numbers you have, 19, And there is one more multiplication table for -4. Do you have multiplication table for -4? -4 is what you have to give. Invalid input. No multiplication table. No MUL table. You have to give it. For negative numbers, no multiplication table. For positive numbers, right. Tell me, to generate the multiplication table, I need one loop or not? To get the value from the list, I need one more loop. Yes or no? To get the value from the list, I need one loop. To generate the multiplication table for that value, I need one more loop. How many loops? First loop will do what? Supply the value. Second loop will do what? Multiplication table will give. Easy? Yes. Ritesh, fine. Are you able to get my point? Is the logic is understandable? Students in the online, is the logic is understandable for everybody? Yes. Let's move to the further. Yes, ma. Soloni. Very good. Two loops are required. Two loops are required. One loop will give you what? Value. Another loop will give you what? Multiplication table. What a beautiful logic. Let's start. MUL or otherwise inner loops. Inner loops. Example 4.5. 5 dot what? Py. So what this program is doing? What this program is doing? Program which accepts list of numerical values. Display the program for accepting for every value of list. This is the logic I want to say. So Ritesh posted this question. I am just taking as it is. Thank you, Ritesh. I posted your thing. Write a Python program which will accept a list of numerical values and display the multiplication table for each value of what? List. Start the code. First I don't have what? If I take this value, if I take this mechanism like this, if I take this mechanism, 1 minute you see, ma, I will take this program, I will take this list. Example, yes, I have a list. Static list I am taking, fixed number of values. Later I will go for what? Dynamism I will add. Okay, student, tell me, for n in where? LST. What is the value of n first, please? Ma? 3. So I will decide, is it a positive number or negative number? How do you write, my dear student? If n greater than what? 0, come on, ma, print or first less than I will take, my dear students. First less than or equal to, invalid thing I will take it. Is invalid input and no multiplication table, no MUL table, no MUL table. Okay, na? Dot format of n. Okay. Else. Beautiful. Now you say print of, yes, student, I say 40. So I am saying that next 40. I am saying next 40. Print of what? MUL table for dot format of n. Okay. Now see, students, for, come on, ma, I in range of 1, 11. Already there is a for loop which will supply the value. Which values are supplied? 3 will be supplied, 6 will be supplied, 4 will be supplied, all values are supplied. What this loop will do? Will do the multiplication table. How beautiful it is. \t, okay, into, okay, dot format of n, I forget, n into I, n star I. Beautiful. So today online students are so powerful. So any special day today? Giving answers like anything? Of course, so many of them giving, but still some of the people are not giving any answers. I am observing that. So multiplication table for this else also I am writing. That's it. So I can say need not to write else for the outer for loop. Okay, Santosh, very good. Okay, so right. So it is going to come like this. Just to drink to boost, sir. Okay. Just now you okay. Ankit is always under drinking boost only. Okay. So if I comment on that again, it will go to some different way the class is. So if I just say some, they'll make you to relax, they will take my class in something different way. That's why you should be serious always. Right. Come on. Ankit, you please, any message is there, you send once only. Don't type again and again. I observe every message. Ankit, dot. Yeah. Execute it now. Okay. So coming to the point of it, execute this program now. Py. So see that what is coming, you observe it. What are the values? Multiplication table for 3, multiplication table for 6, multiplication table for 12, multiplication table for 9, minus 4 is invalid input, like this. Understood? Fine. If every number is called what? A negative number. Every number is negative number. Only one number is positive number. 1 0 also I will take it. 1 0 also I will take it. Only one number is coming. Everything is only 6 is coming. Rest of the numbers are what inputs? Invalid inputs. Easy or difficult? Easy. So let us go to this part is called what? Dynamically I want to get the list. Can I go for dynamic list? Yes, sir. Come on, ma. LST. Okay. You leave this part, ma. Leave this part as it is. Leave this part as it is. Take that. I will take dynamism. I will take dynamism, students. Yeah. Dynamism you try to take, ma. Dynamism. Yeah. You already by this time you must able to understand, my dear students. Yes, students. 6.py. 6.py. Okay. Yes, students, I forget. LST is equal to what, ma? List of. What a beautiful logic. Come on. How many multiplication tables you want? N is equal to number of tables. NOT. NT. Or number of NT is equal to int of, input of. How many multiplication tables? How many multiplication tables you want? You want, okay. If NT, if you say I want a negative number, if enter, I say what? Invalid input. See, my dear students, invalid input, I say here is invalid input. Dot format of what, my dear students? NT. Okay, sir. Else means what? Now ready. Now you are ready. Okay. Start. I say there only print enter. Enter. Or if you want this type of style you want, you can go for happily for I in range of 1 comma NT plus 1. Suppose I want 5 multiplication tables. 5 plus 1 and 6 minus 1 is going to become 5. You know the range data type importance. Okay, student. Same value is equal to int of input of. You don't ask me, sir, why you will take float, why you are not taking float. 3.5 multiplication table will not be there. Okay, if you want to go so much of customization, you can go, but multiplication table will be there for integer values. That's why. So enter number or enter a value, whatever you like it, ma. Format of I. Beautiful. Then you say immediately LST dot append of val. Beautiful. Okay, students. Now say else part. I am doing print of, what is this? I say this 40. I say this 40. Print of given list of elements. Given list of elements. Dot format of, what is this? LST. I say this LST. Fine. Say print of, I say here star 40. And this entire logic is there, na? This entire logic will be coming into this indentation only. Understand, students? Given list I am getting, ma. Once you appended else part, this for loop you see. This for loop is containing supplying the values from the list. This is called outer loop. Outer for loop. This is known as what loop? Inner for loop. Inner for loop will generate the multiplication table. Outer for loop will give you the value of the list. Understand? Execute. See students, execute ma. I say execute. Now I am saying inner loop example 6. Go to the place py. Inner loop example 6. Okay. Some inner indentation problem is there. Line number 9. Line number 9 is there. So there I will take it. I hope. So line number 9. Line number 9. Closing bracket. Okay. Execute. Enter how many multiplication tables you want. How many you want? Some 4 I want. Enter the first number. I say some 6th table. I don't know some. I want some 18th table. I want some -3 table. I want something like 23 table. So see that students, what is coming? What is coming? This is the list of values we have. 6th multiplication table, first 6th multiplication table, 18th multiplication table, -3 is an invalid input, no multiplication table, 23 multiplication table is coming. Are you okay? Students in the online, are you understanding this? Fine. Very good. Akshay. So that is only the program. So what I am doing here, empty list. Asking how many number of tables you want. If the number of tables are wrongly entered, you see once again, enter how many tables you want. -5 is an invalid input. -5 number of numbers will not be there. Okay. I want how many tables you want? 2 tables. One 19th table I want, one 16th table I want. 19th table plus 16th table I am getting. 19 and 16 you got it. And then we got it. Today, this is not a new for you. This is already we have discussed in the, this is already we discussed in the class. And if you don't practice, you will not understand. Once you daily up to my point, you will understand next day. Without practicing only weekly, once if you try to practice, problems will come. And it is a very good period you are in. If you read well, you will get the job. You are in good period. And try to grab your opportunity now itself. And don't try to waste your time by moving here and there. Now you see, understanding, but after it is overdose. Okay, ma puja. Understanding, sir, but after it is overdose. Okay. Right. So Nani, practice the applications. Once you are asking to repeat means you did not practice. Am I correct, Nani? Right. Yes, Malesh. That is compulsory, na? We have to practice. We have to practice. Nani, am I correct? You did not practice previous programs. That's why you are asking, explain again. Nani, am I correct? Yes, sir. So anything is there, I will say correct only. Shaikiran, follow, getting errors. Because indentation you did not follow. From the beginning, if you start practicing, you never get any errors. If you practice Sunday, Thursday, Saturday, you will get like that only. Take care by yourself. Right. Practice makes man or woman perfect. Okay. Very good. So, write down one more program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept a list of numerical values. Which will accept a list of numerical values. And print only prime numbers. And print only prime numbers. Print only prime numbers. Print only prime numbers. Easy. Already what logic I taught? Prime number logic explained or not? That is one loop I used it. Who must supply the number to the for loop which is deciding perfect prime or not? One more for loop will supply or not? So how many loops I will use? Two loops. One loop will supply the number. Another loop will decide whether it is a prime or not. Supplier, decider. Supplier is what? Outer. Decider is what? Inner. Shall I? What is the logic I have to carry? Enter how many numbers you have. I will take negative number means not possible. 0 means not possible. Positive number means possible. I will add that many elements and I will add to the list. Understand? Okay. So this program, I will take this program, students. Okay. In this case, my dear students, try to understand more. I say here, others, I will get it. Python here, I'll just remove a lot of things. I will remove everything like this. Here I will remove everything. Yes. Program, inner loop example 7.py. Program which will accept list of numerical values and display the prime numbers. Display what numbers? Okay, prime numbers. See students, list, an empty list, how many, enter how many numbers you want to enter. Enter how many numbers you have. Enter how many numbers you have. I have 6 elements. 6 elements is okay, true. Read that 6 elements and append it to that and print that. Let me execute, my dear students. Let me execute, my dear students. Yeah. Py 7. I have 6 elements. 12, 21, 3, 7, 14. I have 46. My list is ready. Am I correct? From the list, I will take what element? First element. Decide whether it is prime or not. If it is a prime, you print it. Otherwise, don't print it. Am I correct? See students, how simple they are. How simple they are. Go. Now start. What logic? Prime number logic. First supply the number. Who will supply? One for loop. Come on. For n in LST. For n in LST. What is this is called? Which loop? Outer for loop. Which will supply schema. I am giving one more example who is having any little confusion of the previous program. Which will supply the values. Values of what? List one by one. One by one. Am I correct? This loop supplies the value one by one. Okay. What is the value of n first time? What is the value of n first time? You take this. You take this list. Okay, na? You take this list. Okay. What is the first value of LST, ma? 12. 12. Previously, what we did? We accepted one number. We decided whether the prime or not. Today, we are going to take list of numbers I accepted. And each and every value I am getting and I am deciding. Tell me now. For, come on students, already we did this. For what is the prime number logic? Divisible by 1 and itself. I don't want to check 1 and itself. Okay, 1 and itself is good. But I will check other than this. For I in range of 2 comma n. If it is a 12, na, start from where? 2. And 12 minus 1, 11. Okay, very good students. Come on, whether you remembered or not, I will take result or decision. Not only that, DEC, 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 not December. Decision is what? Decision is what? True. I will take whatever you like it. Decision is true, false, whatever you like. Take false, no problem. Take false or true, whatever you like it. No problem. Take true. Okay, Amitabh, sir, please take result. Okay, I will take Amitabh is equal to. Amitabh is equal to. Amitabh is equal to. Amitabh is equal to NIT. NIT. He is from NIT. Amitabh NIT. Amitabh NIT. Okay. Come on. So, when I value, what is the value of I? You got confused when I take Amitabh. What is the value of I? 2. Say, if n percentage I double equal to what? 0. Say what? Amitabh is equal to OU. He is from OU. Now I am changing. His college I am changing. When it is OU, when it is not prime, I am taking OU. When it is prime, I am taking NIT. What a beautiful logic. Break. If you know good subject, you can mold anyway. If you have very good hair, you can comb any left side, right side, back side, anyway. Without combing also you can come. It's look nice. When no hair like a bypass road, ring road and all those things, you cannot comb anywhere. So like that. Break. Once it is break, it is coming out of the loop. Which loop? Inner loop it is coming out. Inner loop it. Okay, ma, Pooja. Okay. Because you are remembering programs, right? Okay. So I will take ma. Pooja, I will take it. It is coming out of the inner loop. What I do after that? If Amitabh is equal to what? Double equal to NIT. Then only I will print that number. Print. What is that? What is it? I am printing. Prime number I will print it. Prime number I will print it. What is that prime number? Prime number. I say number. Prime number. I will say prime number colon. I say not a format of n. That's it. Not a prime number I am not printing. Only prime numbers I want to print now. This is related to prime number decision. If it is a prime number, then only I am printing. If it is not a prime number, it will go to the second number taking. Let me execute. So once if I change the variable, if you are confusing means really not good. You have to remember any variables are changes, no problem. Say how many? I say something like 6. Say these elements please. Look at these elements please. I entered like that. What are the prime numbers out of that? 12 is not a prime. 21 is not a prime. 3 is a prime. And next is what? 7 is a prime. Okay. Fine. Amitabh understand because I took the Amitabh. Now I will take Pooja is equal to what? Java. Now Pooja is equal to what? Python. When Pooja is equal to what? Java. I say what? Prime number it is. Pooja. So come on. I say here, enter how many numbers you have? 10 numbers I have. 3, 7, 2, 78, 53, minus 5, 0, 1, 45, say something like 43, like that. What are the prime numbers? 3, 7, 2, 53, and minus 5 is coming. Dangerous output this is. 0, 1. I should take care. Go. I will go to this place. What is it? If. What is that number, ma? If that number is in the inner for loop, if n less than or equal to what? 0, say what? Invalid input. So invalid input means that I don't want to print at all. I just said pass. Today I am using pass. Don't worry about pass. I don't want to write anything, but I am not writing indentation. Actually, if I write it, I can write it actually. What is this? Is, come on, invalid input, dot format of n. See, my dear students, how beautiful it is. Execute. How many numbers you have? 10. Okay. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Okay. See that. In the middle of it, some invalid input came or not? So in prime numbers display, I don't want any other number to display. I just want to escape. I just want to say pass. When I ask you a question, you don't know the answer, what you'll say? And don't tell this answer in interview. You see, actually so many things I will teach you, students. So many things I will teach you. I don't want to write. Why I am not writing? Because my output meaning is losing. Because in prime numbers, I want only prime numbers to show. Other than prime numbers, I don't want to show. See now, suppose you remove this. After indentation, compulsory you have to write which block? Indentation block you need to write. Dear students, you see, I did not write pass. I did not write indentation block. I put an indentation colon, but I did not write what? Indentation block. You see what is happening, my dear students. You will get error. You will get error. See, my dear student, line number 8. Expected what? After which statement? But you did not write which one? Indentation block you are not writing. PVM is asking, please write what block? You put a indentation colon, but you did not write. Yes. When I ask a question, you are not saying the answer. That means what I will say? Tell the answer, I say. You said immediately what? Pass. So, pass. Don't remember that answer, not saying that. Pass is a keyword which makes the PVM to understand, ignore the indentation block of statements. Pass is a keyword which makes the PVM to understand, ignore the indentation block of statement. I don't write indentation block, ma. I don't write indentation block. See how beautiful answer is coming. No error is coming. Pass is a keyword which instructs the PVM not to consider the indentation block. Ignore the indentation block. Are you understanding? When I am going in car is having some trouble. Car is in, I am driving, indentation, fast driving, slow driving, very super fast driving, etc. Car itself is not working, but car is on, but I am unable to move. Traffic is more. What I will put? Parking signal, parking lights you will put or not? What is that parking signal? Not passing, but I made wait. No block of statements, not running, not super fast, not slow, not fast. I say pass. Standing the car and parking signal, pass. Don't tell these examples. What is pass? Is the keyword which makes the PVM to understand, not to consider what? Indentation block of statement. Enter. How many numbers, ma? Say 10. You see that values only I am entering. That values only I am entering. See, my dear students. Beautiful. Coding is coding. Once you know coding, you can just do anything. Without coding, you cannot do. Okay, Kumar Babu is on fire. He is on fire. Very good. Kumar Babu, very nice, ma. Right. Who is that? Samradayani. Sir, we have college. Please stop lecture, sir. Okay. So, if you have a college, already we have studied college now. 4 years over. So, my advice is, don't. Today is overdose. Nani, okay. Right. Right. No problem. If you say I have a college means I will not leave you. You have a college, you have something else, I don't mind. My class is my class, that's it. I will not leave you because of college, because your friend is waiting outside, because CM is coming, I don't want to stop. Right? So, college is college, my class is my class. And of course, I don't want to criticize college. I also student of OU. What we studied, God knows. But after entering into real time, we realized a lot. What we studied in college, no use. Only that memo, paper, tear off means gone. That paper is important. And I believe my students, it's a fact actually. What you get this class, that will be shaping your career. Please understand. So, right. Okay, whole day. Okay. Okay, Ankit can saying whole day. Okay, Ankit, no problem. So, I hope today you understand. Samradayani, shall I continue the class, ma? Okay. Mujaffar, yes, ma, thank you. Right. Okay, fine. Are you understanding? This prime number logic, did you understand or not? Yeah. Same program, you see, my dear students, I want to prepare prime number list. I want to prepare prime number list. I want to prepare non-prime number list. I have so much of information. I have prime number list plus non-prime number list I want. What I do here, my dear students, last and final 8.py, I have like this. You come on, you took this place. I say, okay, anybody was confusing related to the yesterday, I take it as what? Come on. Result is equal to what I took it, ma? True, true or false, whatever it is, false. I do what? Result is equal to SULT and say what? True. Yes. What I said, just I say what here? Result is equal to what? Prime number, I got it. Okay now? So like result, because two students asked, sir, take result only, I took their names. When I take their names, they will listen very concentratedly. The sir is calling my name, some feeling will come. That's why they will listen. They will understand the subject very nicely. Am I correct? So like that, when you listen the class like very carefully, everything you can understand. And basically I go very slowly. Along with your standards, I will come. Like I will take your hand and pencil and then book, like that I will make you to go my class. So like that I will come. So I hope that you are, yes sir, fact. Okay, Pooja understand, Amitabh understand, because I took their names. They understand this. They will not forget in the lifetime. That's fact actually. Okay, so come on to the point back. Now I am going to say prime number list I want to prepare, students. Come on, my dear students. I am taking here, come on, in the else part, list is ready. I will take it, my dear students. Prime list ma. Prime list is equal to, what is this now? List of, one more is what? Non-prime list. Non-prime list is equal to what? List of, one more way, two ways. Understand? Come on. Here I will say, I am not printing that, ma. What I am printing, ma? Prime list dot append of what? N. What is the next part? Non-prime list. Non of what? N. Beautiful. Understand? Whenever the number is prime, add to the prime list. Whenever the prime number is not prime, it is called true. True means it is a reverse na? Reverse na? I will adjust. True, I will say what here? False means what? Not prime. Else part, non-prime list. True means what? It is the prime list. Okay. This is for what loop? This is after this for loop. For this for loop, once this for loop is over, I will come out, I will print that result. What I am going to print, you see? Else, tell me, prime of, what is this? Given list. Given list is equal to, tell me students, format of what, ma? LST. Format of LST. What is next? Given prime list. Prime numbers list. Prime numbers list is equal to, what is this? Prime list. Next is called what again? Non-prime list. Non-prime numbers list. Non-prime numbers list. Non-prime numbers list is called what? Non-prime list. Non-prime list. Come on. 1 minute. 1 minute. 7 or 8 idi. This is 8. 8. I hope you already saved it, right? Saved it, huh? Okay, this is already saved, ma. Saved. So, previously, this was the numbers you have done it. Okay. So, where you have done it? Okay. So, I saved in this place only. Let it be. Not a problem. This is something like what you know. 1 minute you observe it. I am coming to this. So, it is 8. This is 8. Dot py. Save this code. Go to this place. Py 8. Enter how many numbers you have. So say 10. Say 10. Some number of numbers you are taking. Some number of numbers you are taking. So you are getting. What happens? Okay. Yeah, perfect. So go to that. Dot what? Append. Very good. You found that. Good. Come on to the point. Execute. 10. Okay. Same number of numbers you entered. Now you got it. Given list is this. Given list is this. What is this now? Prime numbers list is this. Non-prime numbers list is this. But some negative numbers are also there or not? If you want a negative numbers list also, you can go to n less than or equal to 0, remove the paths and prepare what? Negative numbers list. I'm just fully segregating. Understand, students? Right. Easy or difficult? Huh? Okay. Students in the online, did you understand this part? All the students. One is not prime now, one is not a prime. One is not a prime. Very good. Yeah, everybody understand well. Good. Keep it up. So I'll stop the class. I'll stop the class. Class starts, class ends always 45. 10:45 my class will end. Okay now? Right. So yes, one is a composite number or any of the other mathematics knowledge, you can take it. Fine. Right, Ma Pooja. Thank you. Good day. So all of you, good day. Don't go here and there. Straightly go to home and practice the Python. Don't move here and there. Practice it. Okay, na? Stop the class. Okay. Right, students. Thank you. Okay. Umesh.